Welcome to this episode of Honda Racing TV, where we'll bring you action, interviews, plus the coolest bikes and cars from Honda. In this episode, Grand Prix legend Mick Doohan attends the motorcycle custom show Glemseck 101. Trials hero Toni Bou is in action in the UK. The Honda NSX is put through its paces in Italy. And we spend a day at home with world superbike racer Leon Camier. But first I'm at the Mondial Paris Motor Show to see all the latest 2- and 4-wheel offerings from Honda. One of Honda's main features this year is the all-new CR-V Hybrid, which is their first hybrid SUV launched into Europe. And this 4th generation model has now grown in size and has the choice of 5 or 7 seats. Also being showcased in Paris is a refreshed version of the popular small SUV, the HR-V, and for something a bit different, how cool does this manga-inspired Civic Type R look? And it's not all about cars, as the Maimo HRM 3000 robotic lawnmower is also here in Paris. Could do with one of those for the garden. The 2018 NSX road car launched to critical acclaim. However, lining up alongside it in the exclusive limited area is the NSX GT3, the race car version of the supercar, which competed at the grueling Spa 24 hours. The Scuderia Toro Rosso STR13 Formula 1 car is here, while FIM World Endurance Championship winners FCC TSR Honda France have their race-winning Honda CB1000R Fireblade on display. 2 wheels from the Honda range are also in France, including a special tricolour 30th anniversary edition of the legendary Africa Twin Adventure Sports model, and their CBR1000R Neo Sports Cafe racer. There's even a new Honda Super Cup for 2018, the legendary model first being launched way back in 1958. I can't resist this, the iconic mini Honda Monkey motorbike. Well, now that I've been at the show, I wonder if I can go back home on this. Well, while I ponder about that, you can check out Glemseck 101, which is a 3-day custom festival taking place in Germany. And who better to represent Honda than 5-time Grand Prix world champion Mick Doohan? We went along with him to find out what it's all about.
Italian, Mick Doohan.
Toni Bou has set a new milestone in trial competitions, taking a record 100 victories. We caught up with the Spaniard at the Silverstone round of the FIM World Outdoor Trial Championship to discuss this achievement.
Hi, I'm Toni Bou and I'm 12 times world champion. Yeah, I started the trials for my father because I love this sport. Every year is more difficult for me because I have motivation, but for the drive to the same title or the same position, no, it's very difficult for training, very difficult for the motivation. But finally, when I start the championship, my personality, my thing is always is for the win. And I think I stay with Honda, the best team, and only pushing for the winner, and finally take the title again. The last years is incredible moments. The trial is a very small sport, no? And I think after the 5-6 titles, I have a big change. I'm lucky to stay in Repsol Honda. This is with this team on my back. I'm pushing for me, and I have a more important person, no? And after the 5 or 6 titles, I big change, and the people understand the level of the sections is more close to the limit. And finally stay in the best team with the best bike every year is more important.
My name is Marc Freixa, the minder de Toni Bou. Toni, the best, for me, the best rider at the world. The level high is incredible. Another riders not possible the level Toni, no?
It's necessary to 100% confidence with him, and I have many time with him. I training maybe 5-6 days for a week with him, and finally this is very important to have the very big confidence for the work. It's better every day, no? I think it's very important the relationship, and it's very important to take the friends relationship. Next, I don't know. For the moment, I have 3 years more with Honda. I think it's final my career here in Honda is my dream. For the future, I don't know. I have many possibilities in this company. Maybe to stay in Enduro Extreme, or maybe stay in the trial for more years. But stay with Honda is my future.
It's not every day that you can take the Honda NSX supercar for a spin on track, but at the Castrol Experience, you can do just that.
The Honda Castrol link has been very strong for the last 5 or 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's an image that has been, you know, it's so almost natural now to see those two together, and we've been doing so many great activities with Castrol Honda, both for the fans, for the guests, for clients, for people who actually work with Castrol and Honda. So I think that the relationship has been quite successful and quite efficient. We have several guests from all over Europe, and we're here to give them a good time in several different activities. We have a combination of GT3 cars, Type Rs, TCR cars, and 1.5 liter Civic cars. So they're going to be able to go through a range of road car to road car sporty, and then to a race car, and then to an extreme racy car, the GT3 of course. So they're going to have I think a great range of experiences today, and a range of excitement as well. The guests seem to be enjoying themselves. I mean, from the shouts and the laughs and the cries and the excitement that I've seen on their faces, they seem to be enjoying it. I mean, I had some great time already on the wet track, very slippery. Some people shouting, some people laughing, and yeah, I think we gave them a few scares and a few excitements as well.
Coming back after Spa 24 hours with the Castrol Honda team and the NSX GT3, it was a fantastic feeling. And apart from the weather, it is a bit damp, I think the day is going very well, and I think all the guests are really very happy to hear stories and to drive the car and to learn everything.
Per arrivare anni non tutti ci riescono. Poi abbiamo 3 pedali qui,
Yeah, some enjoy it, some others they say please slow down, because it's normal when you go to a quick car and you don't know where you are going, because you don't know the circuit, you don't know the performance of the car. Sometimes you are a little bit afraid, but that is normal.
Push the gas. We have launch mode ready. Okay? Mm-hmm. So for example, launch mode ready. Okay.
So we are doing a bit of a skip pad, with the Civic. It means that the car is rotating around from the rear a little bit easier, because it has like 2 extra wheels in the back. So they're having this feeling, and then when they come out from the car, you can speak to them, you know, like, oh yeah, it was a lot of reaction and having to work on the steering wheel. Then going around the circuit with the TCR, with the NSX. When they come out, they are really with a big smile. Of course, you try to make it a bit of an extra sliding or a big braking. Normally they are not used to the heavy brakes, so they go like this, you know. It's a bit funny. But yeah, enjoying a lot these times with them, that they are not used to a racing experience. So yeah, that's what is very interactive with the clients. The relationship from Castrol and Honda is coming from long time. Also, I raced last year in WTCC. So yeah, it's great to have them on board.
British racer Leon Camier has spent this season on track with the Red Bull Honda World Superbike team. But what does he get up to away from the circuits? We went to Andorra to find out.
You're just concentrated, you're only thinking of what you're trying to do on track. It's not really about pulling big wheelies or sliding the bike or enjoying it. The enjoyment I get from it is when I know I've got the best out of myself. That's when I feel I enjoy it the most, and that's all you can do. When I was young, I always thought that that's what I was going to do, or quite, I don't know if it was arrogance or ignorance, but I always thought I knew that's what I was going to do. I remember riding around the garden with Dad on a bike, pushing really hard to get a bike, asking him, kept pestering him and annoying him. And I think he said when I could ride a bicycle with no stabilisers, then he'd get me a bike. So I think that day the stabilisers come off and he had to go and get me a motorbike. I ended up with a little QR50, a little Honda, so yeah, it was cool. Dad was the reason I started riding, and yeah, it was his passion for it when he was younger, and then that obviously got sort of passed down, and as soon as I could ride and started racing, it just, yeah, it got me then. That was it, that was life at that point. I did pretty good when I was young, yeah. We did 5 years of grass track, and I managed to win every British Championship I did at that. Then we went road racing, then we went to Super Teams, and then 125, and then Super Sport, and then Superbikes in England. Managed to win that, and then World Championship, and I've not won that. Not yet. Hopefully, yeah, that would be the plan one day for sure. Whatever it is, I'm horrifically stubborn. I've been like it since I was young, I guess. There's some traits like that which end up being good in sport as you get older. I guess I'm pretty lucky with my girlfriend Sarah. She's really understanding of, you know, what you need to do to be an athlete. She was an athlete in the past, and you've got to dedicate yourself to it 100%, but at the same time, try and live a normal life when you're back home. I broke my femur at Cabell Park in 2007. The worst time of it all was being sat in hospital for a week. I remember thinking then to never take for granted your health and your fitness. So there's so much to do in the mountains, and that's where I spend, I guess, most of my time. Whatever I do, whether it be running, cycling, mountain biking as well, whatever I'm doing at that particular point in time, which could be anything, I sort of get a bit obsessed with it, and ends up spurring me on to the next thing and keep pushing at whatever I do, make myself the best I can be at it. Yeah, I got into surfing a couple of years ago. I really enjoy that. I don't get enough time to do it, sort of thing. Especially living in the mountains, there's no sea here, so makes it a little bit difficult. On the path, there's a lot of ups and downs, and times you think it's not sort of going how it should be or how you thought it would go, and you need a lot of motivation. You have to still really enjoy it, and for me, that's something I've been quite lucky with. I've always managed to have good motivation. I think the reason to live in Andorra is just this, to be honest. It's a beautiful place, absolutely amazing. And for training and living in general, it's perfect. As soon as I moved here, I sort of met a good group of people, and it's now home for me. I've got a girlfriend here, and she's pregnant at the minute, so we're looking to start a family in Andorra. For me, when you come back from racing, it's good to sort of switch off from it a little bit, try and get back to reality a little bit. For me, family's sort of the best way to do that, brings you back to normality. So yeah, when we come home, everything's as normal as it can be, normal life for sure.
Well, that's it for this episode. More action will be coming your way very soon at Honda Racing TV, all on HondaProRacing.com.